Hello everyone, welcome back to Continental Food and Cake TV. If today is your first time here, you are highly welcome. My name is Joy. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make Nigerian beef stew. Have you heard of it before? If you've not heard of Nigerian stew before, that means you're not a friend to Nigeria. You hardly go to any Nigerian family home and you don't find stew. Mbano. Today I'm going to show you how to make the beef stew. If you're new here, you've not subscribed, please hit that button and subscribe. Leave your comment, give this video a thumbs up, also share with your friends and family. Let's get started. To make the beef stew, I'm using brisket, but you can use any part of the beef of your choice. I like the taste of brisket. Next, I have tin tomato, chopped tomato, but you can use fresh tomato for this recipe. Next ingredients is tomato paste. On a good day, I won't use this, but one of my friends was like, why don't you use tomato paste in your videos? So I'm going to show you how to use tomato paste to make the beef stew. Yes, we're using tomato paste today. Next ingredients is red bell pepper, which is called tatashe. Next to it, I have Scotch bonnet. I'm using 3, but you can reduce the quantity if you don't want it spicy, and 1 onion. Next, these are all the seasoning that I'm going to use, and I'm going to name them. Bay leaves is going to add flavor to the stew. Next to it is ginger and garlic paste. Next is 1 teaspoon of mixed herb, 1 teaspoon of curry powder, seasoning cube, 3 chicken flavor, and salt for taste. Next ingredients is fresh garlic, fresh ginger, leek, and 2 onion. With the garlic and ginger, the fresh garlic and ginger, I'm going to use it to fry the tomato paste. So that's why I need a fresh one. And to finish the stew, I'm going to be using basil. This, it just gives your stew this nice aroma. If you've not tried it, please try it. Next step is to blend the tomato. I washed the bell pepper off camera. So in this blender, I have 2 tins of chopped tomato, bell pepper, 1 onion, and seasoning cube. I like to blend my tomato with seasoning cube to add flavor. And when I'm blending my tomato, I'm not going to blend it smooth. I like to have the chunk of tomato in my blend, as you can see in the camera. After blending, I transfer the tomato to a pot. Also add the remaining 2 tin tomato, chopped tomato. Then transfer to a low heat to boil until the tomato reduces in size. And this might take between 40 to 45 minutes depending on the quantity of your tomato. If it's more than this, it might take an hour. Next, I have my brisket in the pot. To season, I'm adding chopped onion. Then I'm going to add bay leaf, ginger and garlic paste, mixed herb, seasoning cube, salt, and curry powder. And with the curry powder, I'm not adding all, I'm adding half, then I'll leave half for later. After that, I mix together until it's well combined with the beef. Feel free to check the description box. You're going to find all the lists of the ingredients. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that button and subscribe, leave your comment, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you as you do so. So after mixing until it's well combined, by this time you can smell all the seasoning, the spices. Look at this, well seasoned. Do not add any water, just cover with the lid and transfer to a medium high to cook for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Allow the brisket to sweat out or to produce its own water. So here I have my tomato boiling in one side, then I have my beef cooking in one side. This is how to cook Nigerian stew. You don't want to cook one and wait for another one. Cook it together to save time. Yotago. It's been 15 minutes and I'm going to check on the brisket. As you can see, it has produced its own water, so you don't need to add water. Next to it is the tomato boiling and it's not ready. And with the beef, I'm not going to fry, I'm going to bake. So I transfer to a baking tray, but before that, I line with foil paper, then parchment paper. Next, I transfer to the oven 200 degrees Celsius, 30 to 35 minutes until it turns golden brown, depending on your oven. Remember to use the setting where the heat is up and down, unless you have a fan oven. After cooking the tomato for 30 minutes, this is what it looks like. There's still some water there. I'm still going to continue cooking until it dries up, because if I fry like this, it's going to be splashing everywhere. So did you see that? So I'll continue cooking for another 10 minutes. So this is like 40 minutes later. So you can see the difference between 30 minutes and 40 minutes of cooking. So the liquid has dried up, so it's time to fry. So this is the oil I got from the brisket after baking. So I transferred to a plate. I'm still going to use it to fry when I'm frying, because this oil is very rich in flavor. And this is what the beef or brisket is looking like after baking. So next step is to fry. I have my pan in a medium heat. To that, I'm adding the oil that I got from the beef. Then I'm adding garlic. I also add ginger, and I'm going to fry for at least 2 minutes. You don't want it to burn. You just want it to release the flavor in the oil. Next, I'm adding chopped onion, and I'm going to fry for 2 minutes as well, stirring it frequently. Please do not allow your garlic to burn. This smells so nice. The aroma in my kitchen is blowing up. So next, I'm adding seasoning cube half. So in total, I'm using 3. So what I'm doing now is that I'm preparing the oil for the tomato paste, because I don't like the taste of the tomato paste. So by the time I fry this for a couple of minutes, the oil becomes very fragrant and rich. So next, I'm adding the tomato paste. After adding the tomato paste, I'm going to fry for 8 to 10 minutes, stirring it frequently. Please do not walk away from it. You don't want it to burn. Stirring it frequently. Remember, stirring it frequently. This is what you're going to get. You will see that the color of the oil becomes red in color. It's very red in color, fragrant, and the consistency of the tomato paste changes. The tomato paste loses the shape and becomes scrambled, like scrambled egg. So that's a sign that you fried your tomato paste enough. Next step is to add your blended tomato and continue frying, stirring it frequently. When I say frequently, is that you do not walk away from it. You don't want it to burn, because one thing that will happen when your tomato burn is that you lose that vibrant red color, and the taste is going to affect the taste as well. So it's best to stand there and stir and stir and stir. This is the pain in cooking Nigerian stew. As you can see, I'm still frying. This will take 30 to 35 minutes again, stirring it frequently. You keep frying and frying and frying until you achieve that consistency that you're looking for. So you can see where I started and where I am now, because I've been frying. By this time, your neighbor will want to knock on your door. If you're cooking Nigerian stew and anybody passes and they don't say, this smells nice, that means you're not doing it well. And if you notice, I'm not using a lot of oil. With my stew now, I don't like to add too much oil. I reduce the quantity of the oil. So if you're frying with a lot of oil, your oil should have settled on top. But because I'm not frying with a lot of oil, this is what you're going to get. So this is 35 minutes later. Now I'm adding the stock that came from the meat. I'm adding the remaining curry powder, add some salt, and mix together until it's well combined. Remember, I've added all the seasoning, so I don't need to add any seasoning at this point. I'm adding some water to loosen the stew, to change the consistency, because it's too thick and I don't want it too thick. So I mix together until it's well combined. Even now it's still thick. I'm adding more water. But if you have a lot of stock, you don't need to add water. Depending on how you want your stew, I don't want it too thick. I don't want it too runny. So I'm adding leek. I also add the brisket. This is the star of the show, Yotago. Next, I mix together until it's well combined. If you've not tried brisket before or even leek, please try it. Try it. It tastes really nice. It makes leek adds a lot of flavor to your dish. Whatever dish you're cooking, it makes it taste yummy. So mix together. I still added some water to adjust the consistency. Mix together because when I'm making stew, I don't want it too thick. I think I said that before. After mixing together until it's well combined, next I cover the pot with the lid and allow it to cook in a low heat for at least 10 to 15 minutes so that it will cook together and build that beautiful flavor of beef stew. So this is 15 minutes later, and did you see that the oil has settled on top? So that's why I don't want to add too much oil. So I'm trying to, take out the oil because I don't want to go to gym. I live in UK. There's no sun. I don't want to go to gym. So take out. Mix. At this point, I'm mixing it again. This smells so nice. Tastes so nice. So now to finish the stew, hey, oyibo is hard. I'm adding basil. This is another one you need to try. This one will take your stew to another level. Okay, bugoya to another level. It makes it smell expensive. You know that stew that smells expensive. This is what the basil will do to your stew. So this is how to cook beef stew, Nigerian style. Yotago. With this beef stew, you can pair with boiled rice, boiled beans, plantain, yam, Irish potato, slice of bread. You can even add it to your egg and fry for breakfast. Oh my god, it is so versatile. You can even use this to make your jollof rice. Just add some rice and cook. Trust me, you can't go to any Nigerian home and you don't find stew, Nigerian stew, whether it's beef or chicken. No. We always have it at home. Thank you so much for watching this video till this time. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, as I always say it, what are you waiting for? Yotago Oginiki che. Hit that button and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and family. Leave your comments. Leave your comments. Check the description box. You're going to find the list of the ingredients. Follow me on Instagram, continentalfood.cake. I love you all, and I will see you in another one. Bye-bye.